All right, here I basically just going to talk about the first episode and the title. The first episode of the series is labeled Handsome Devil, and as you can see, I put some more pictures on the slide, and I chose the pictures that they got a good frame of him, um, and the reason why I picked these pictures was because of how they labeled the first episode. So they label him as a handsome devil. Already we can see what was wrong with that. For one, why would we call the devil handsome? Why is that something that we need to focus on? And in my PowerPoint, I'm talking about how media uses this to their advantage to get views and get people to fall in love with the acting and the people as people and not their background, which is totally wrong, considering he is a serial killer. I think it's setting the wrong idea to them and to people. For example, how there was fan clubs for Ted Bundy, and just being obsessed with him. And even when he was on trial, having all those females there that were just all over it. All right, here I have the picture to the right, and the dots are where Ted Bundy did some of his murders and killings, and where he had traveled through his time when he was escaping and being free on his own until they caught him. To the left, I have a very uh, disturbing picture in my eyes of him smiling, and the mere fact that the people are capturing this type of psychopath, um, and using it to their advantage of labeling him as a handsome guy and clean put guy. Like, you wouldn't have done something like this if you saw him on the street. I will talk about the failed justice in the way they set this documentary to be. Normally, documentaries are supposed to talk about somebody's story and for the victims who unfortunately had to go through it, and to basically bring to light to people who don't know um, the dangers of life and whatever could happen to them. The one quote that I did pick from the film was, police admitted that they could only catch Ted if he committed another crime and got caught. It's unfortunate that the police literally admitted themselves not doing their job and not paying attention to people who could be the criminal in the case. Like, for example, Ted Bundy, they let him go so many times, and didn't believe it. They were like, they listened to everybody else who said, "Oh no, he wouldn't do it. Oh, he's handsome. Oh, he's good looking. Oh, he's just somebody that wouldn't do it." And look, here we are, murders later. How many murders did he do? So many. And it took how long for them to officially put him down for it? Um, it's kind of unfortunate that we put this off suspects just because they don't seem like the type of person. There's so many things wrong with that in our society and our system, and that's what makes it broken when it comes to criminals. All right, and this one again is going to just talk about my thesis. For my main PowerPoint here is just how I want to focus on how the media paints the picture of a serial killer, specifically Ted Bundy, obviously, as we can tell. They paint him as this handsome genius rather than a serial killer. Like, why does the media need to put that out there? I think the media turns things so wrong and gives everybody the wrong idea. Uh, I remember reading something about Ted Bundy and him saying that he thought that the world was abnormal for how they were looking up to him and putting his story out there, and that he was the actual normal one, if that made sense. And I, it's very disturbing that we're giving these serial killers these ideas and thoughts. The film and the documentary create this format of this storyline as entertainment and glorifying Ted Bundy and giving him the celebrity status by over romanticizing him just for the views and entertainment. And that's not how the media should be focusing on when it comes to these type of documentaries. This one, I know I don't have any text in this slide, but just by the title, I want you to see what the point I'm trying to get here. Romanticizing the creep. Ted Bundy is a literal serial killer. He is not to be named in our society today. We do not want this type of entertainment for the people, to give them the wrong ideas, to make it look like it's okay to do what you're doing by giving them the attention for it. In this picture, as the background of the slide, look how they took the picture of Ted Bundy. Why are we even allowing Google to have these nice pictures of him? Like when I scroll through Google to find pictures for my slides, I can't even get one that makes him look scary. They're all like showing him as this loving, caring guy that you wouldn't think to even be a serial killer. Like, I think it's crazy how our media is set up to pull in the wrong attention from the viewers. And I think this picture really shows how much they're stressing this idea of it. Quick and short, basically I just have a picture of something that seems to be like in a museum or some type of area that has stuff from Ted Bundy, like collectibles. Why are we showcasing collectibles of a serial killer? Why do we want to throw out there, oh, look at this famous serial killer. Look at his glasses, his writing, his envelope, his car, his pictures. Why are we putting this out there to show? Why aren't we thinking about the victims in here? Why are we, how would you feel if you went through something so traumatizing and you went to a museum or wherever, historical museum, and all their stuff was just laid out there for people to see, be like, wow, cool, this was from an actual serial killer. Why doesn't the media see how bad and traumatizing this is for the victims? In this show, Ted Bundy, the conversation with the killer, they give him this spotlight to be who he is, to tell his story from his point of view and give him the attention that all of them are looking for. And lastly, I go on to talk about a question I have for the class. Do you think giving these films on serial killers as entertainment type of deal, just like the conversations with the killer of Ted Bundy or even his movie with Zac Efron, change the seriousness of your view on that person in the case at hand? So, for example, Bundy, like watching that Zac Efron movie, do you guys believe that they shaped him into some other type of guy that you wouldn't be afraid of? And the next question I have is, does the film make you feel uncomfortable during or after you watch it? I found myself feeling very uncomfortable that we talked about a guy in a way and put in a very famous actor to play him, who is also good looking and well put, clean cut guy, I think the media just really messed up there. And something I did want to mention, that my teacher wanted me to bring to light is that we only do this for certain people. Not that there are other serial killers that could be good looking, but we're doing this, see this in a justice type of way. We're doing this for a white young male, but if it were to be a person of color and it was a murderer, we wouldn't be talking about him like this. We would be talking about him like they were a monster. And that's something that the media is, again, throwing the wrong idea for serial killers. You know, if we're going to talk about a serial killer in this type of way, why aren't you guys doing it for everybody? Why are we doing it in the first place? Thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed.